Hey everybody, Conscious of Economics and Urban Farm Project, Bridgenit Dolgoff. Hey, so just kind of a update. I finally got a cryptocurrency wallet on my website, COE-LLC. All my money stuff's kind of at the bottom of each page of the website, shows up there. And yeah, so that's kind of like what I'm working on. Also, I'm officially retired from radio and TV stuff. Just retired Carrying Stones, Digging Holes radio show. Needed, some extra time. And so, yeah, so I've got some advertiser banners, and I'm going to try to be putting those up on my YouTube, my YouTube channel here. So whenever I do a video, I'll put up an advertising picture. So I've been working on those. Those are kind of interesting, your advertising meme. So just learning a lot of, kind of new stuff and trying to get out in nature. And does anybody out there have like a tranquil cabin in the mountains that they'd like to donate to my ministry so me and my dog can live in it for the summer? So I can grow some herbal plants and collect herbal medicine and sleep a lot. Anyway, if you have a cabin that you'd like to donate to me, I'd be more than happy to give you an official tax deduction letter. I could really use about 4 months of sleep and rest. So yeah, so kind of in transition, so doing more teaching stuff and blah, blah, blah. Just moving forward, just learning new things and moving forward, but I really want to be outside and really want to be connected more to the nature and kind of living outside and miss my van. But as I reported before, the van died in December, and because of all the events that happened after that, I just have not been able to actually acquire another vehicle. And it was my home, so pretty much lived in it for 8 years. So yeah, I feel kind of stuck. Can't really go anywhere, can't really do any farming, can't really, just a lot of stuff going on. So, but anyway, yeah, a cabin in the woods would be great with like no one around and quiet. Shh. Okay, so the topic is going to be, so one of my friends and clients, I've been working on him off and on for like 20 years, maybe even more. And, he keeps going back to this place, this broken place. And every time he goes back to it, I think, okay, this next time in the future, he's not going to go back. So at one point in time, he actually broke his physical back and then still tried to maintain and hold the same life up. And then he ended up in this crazy, weird, car accident at a ski resort in the parking lot where a big piece of machinery that crunched his car, which basically damaged him in the same places that his broken back in the past. So, I know that he has kind of stuck because I haven't seen him lately or talked to him. And then I was driving through an area and I saw him, and so I stopped and I waved and I looked at him, and he was all glassy-eyed and zombied out. And it was at that point I realized, he had gone back to his broken back. 20 years later, he gets in a weird car accident that affects his back in the same spot. And this is reoccurring stuff. People who are stuck, people that injure themselves, so she injuries in the same location over and over again. These are patterns, right? These are patterns that we're stuck in, right? And the same things and the same events keep coming around. It's called looping in shamanism. It's a looping system, and where you're just looping around to the same place. You may think that you're in a different loop, but you're not in a different loop because you keep ending back at the same place. It may look like a totally different event, but it has the same kind of consequences. So we'll just say like this is your arm. And the way that most of society looks at that is your arm is separate from your body. Your arm is separated from your emotions. Your arm is separated from, your heart. Your arm is separated from your mind. Your arm is separated from your spirit. Your arm is separated from your bed, your refrigerator. Um, and that's really not the truth. Your arm is connected to the body. Body is connected to the spirit and the heart. It's also connected to the mind. It's also all of it, because you're operating in your environment, you're connected to your environment. Because we've been taught separatism, and medicine is really bad about this, because people specialize. So you kind of have been taught and led to separate things out so that you can't actually work with everything as a whole. So, I was kind of like meditating and thinking about words, from my friend, and, stuff that started coming up was, for him, even though I haven't talked to him about this, but where, why do you need to be broken? When was the first time, you could add any kind of word in there? Why do you need to be stuck? Why do you need to be in fear? Why do you need to be starving? Why do you need to be a liar? Why do you need, gold teeth? Why do you need anything? So, then it translates into like, when was the first time that you were broke or broken? And so you can see kind of there's play on words, right? Because there's something going on with broke, right? Broken, broke. You could even say shattered, fractured, but broke. I mean, what's a word that we use for financial stuff? Broke. So sometimes, because we're not critically thinking about these words that are running through our heads, what'll happen? Well, you'll break. You'll physically break. There'll be a break, right? Because you're using the word broke, because I'm broke. So now I'm going to be broke, right? So these words translate on lots of different levels: mentally, physically, spiritually, energetically. And we have to be really careful about these words that are going through our head, because they have multiple meanings. So if you believe in the law of attraction, you like to operate, within the laws of this reality, regardless of what those laws are. Law of attraction, you would be attracting, broke. If you're financially broke, no money in the bank, then you'd be translating that into your body's broke, your mind's broke, your heart's broke, you're energetically broke. And I find that, a lot of people that have health problems are energetically broke, but it's interesting because it's connected to them being financially broke. So it's all the same thing, even though we can't really see that. And we can't really critically think it through and think it out, right? So why do I need to be broke? Why do I need to be broken? And why am I doing that to myself? Because it's almost like self-punishment, right? Because it's one thing for an event to happen to you, right? So there's this, things are happening to me, and I'm either trying to outrun it or outsmart it or whatever else that it's going to be that's impacted me. And, there's blame because this thing happened to me. And then there's this whole period of time where you're operating in it, and then you start to blame, and then your body starts to actually, take it on. And that's where the fine line has to be, is at that moment where whatever is happening to us, and we're not managing it properly, because somewhere down that line we've allowed it, and not only allowed it, but we've created an accumulating energy that is attached to it, has accumulative effects on all aspects of our life. So we're allowing it to continue. So you have the event, then you have the, despondency towards the event, because you got to just buck up and keep going, right? Keep doing the same old thing that you've been doing over and over and over again, because that's going to lead you to the same rhythm accumulation of other events. You could either have that event happen to you, you could do the internal work and stop it from accumulating, but then we allow it to accumulate. Why is this happening to me? Blah, 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 blah. It's breaking me. I'm broken. And, you can replace those words with other words, like I was saying. And then you have the accumulative effects of it. And then it spirals out of control. And then you have all kinds of other issues, and a lot of them health, physical stress, mental stress, emotional stress, because you're separatized from it all, and you're in a dissonance, right? You're not paying attention. You're not thinking it through. You're not looking at it as a whole totality that's reflecting back onto you. Then you get down past that allowing, where you're allowing it to accumulate, you're allowing it to spiral out of control. So this is your shit now. And then there's the next process, which is I created the whole thing. Right? That's the next step. That's like the fourth step. I created the whole thing. So once you start doing your thinking and you start doing the emotional work and you start connecting all these pieces together, eventually down the road, you're going to come to this understanding that I allowed it to spiral out of control. And number 4, I created the whole damn mess because of my subconscious mind. And because I have some cycles and patterns that have been going on since I stepped foot onto this planet that I'm not resolving, that I just pretend like they don't exist. And sometimes it doesn't seem like they exist. Sometimes, like, I'll be like, what the F is this in my life? Oh, gotta go down back through the timeline to figure out where that initially started. Excuse me. Excuse me. To figure out where that initially started, so I can stop that looping effect, right? So I'm going to tell this really kind of crazy story. And I've told this story before. It's an important story. And looping is a very real thing. But sometimes it takes a drastic event for you to notice that there's major looping going on. And so the first horrific part of this story is I was living in this place and I was trying to help another person. And actually, you know what? I'm not going to go into that whole storyline. But what happened was that another event, like 10 years later, happened that had the same exact components. I was, living upstairs on the second floor. The name Rachel was involved. I was, the name Rachel. There was a very aggressive and violent act. And yeah, so there was like all these components, right? So moving back through all of the looping and starting to notice that, that's what I discovered. And so I was able to actually stop that every 10-year cycle of an event that didn't seem like it went with all these other past events, but did. And this particular one happened every 10 years. So you have all these different cycles. You have stuff that happens every 5 days. You have stuff that, every 3 days, because there's like the moon, changing. You've got, week-long cycles. You've got, 3-week cycles. You've got month-long cycles. You got, 2-year cycle, 1-year cycle, 10-year cycle. I mean, if you believe in astrology, then Saturn is a 28-year cycle, and it's going to bring you the same exact thing. But sometimes I think because it's 28 years later, you don't even notice that it's actually connected to, somewhere else. So there's cycles, looping, and, the accumulation of these things because we're not actually, taking care of them and actually dealing with them. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say was that, do the math, ask the questions, get to the bottom of whatever it is that you're facing, especially if it's not helpful and you don't like it, so that you can actually change it. And you know what? The outside reality may not change. You may still be bumping up against these kinds of events. But the thing is, you're going to change in how you react to these events, because you're not going to feed them. You're not going to keep them going. And you're going to be able to move through them a little bit more rapid. All right, everybody. That's what I've got for you. Talk to you later. Thanks a bunch. Bye.